Hi guys, Drew here. So today is my gratitude video. It's almost Thanksgiving, and while I would have much preferred to do this closer to Mabon, my channel had just started and I had some introductory videos I really wanted to get in there. So I've decided to do it now because I didn't want to wait till next Mabon, because gratitude for me is a big part of my personal growth and my path. So I wanted to go ahead and do the video. Let's talk about some basic general stuff about gratitude first. So gratitude improves our mood and it makes us feel good. Think about any time you've been truly grateful for anything. You feel really good in that moment. It's really good for us and our state of mind and our well-being. Gratitude has a positive psychological effect. Scientific studies have shown that gratitude improves our happiness, our optimism. It improves our mental strength. It improves our self-esteem. They've shown that it reduces stress and anxiety. It improves empathy, and it increases our health. That last one might seem far-fetched, but studies show that people who are grateful regularly take better care of themselves. So I mentioned gratitude is an important part of my path. For me, when bad things happen, things that don't feel so pleasant, that rock me, my first reaction has become to find my gratitude. I stop and I say, okay, where is my gratitude? And I just analyze the situation until I realize what I'm getting from it, what I've learned, what I needed to see that the situation has presented to me. And it always turns it around. It's like looking for that silver lining. It always makes it easier for me to move on and to forgive and to feel that there was a blessing in the situation. That has been extremely helpful for me in many cases. Let's talk about some herbs that I often use when making offerings, because to me, they lend themselves to gratitude. Lavender. It's a very fragrant herb. It's associated with long life, love, health, protection, purification, and spirit contact. Mandrake. It's associated with protection, prosperity, and love. Tobacco. Tobacco is a traditional offering. It is associated with earth magic, purification, and spirit contact. White sandalwood. White sandalwood is very high vibrational. It's associated with moon magic, protection, manifestation, purification, and health. Mint. Another very fragrant herb. It's associated with health, prosperity, purification, spirit contact, and protection. You notice that most of those herbs share many of the same properties, and those properties are kind of what align them with gratitude to me. Honestly, you can make an offering out of anything you wish to express your gratitude to your deity or the fae or spirit guides, loved ones, what have you. Stones that I associate with gratitude. There's not many of them that I associate with gratitude. Emerald. Some of the properties of emerald are divine connection, genuine appreciation, universal will, and divine love and trust. Rhodonite. Rhodonite helps us recognize and appreciate our own talents and gifts, and thus use them for the highest good. Shivalingam. This stone helps us accept and appreciate all sides of ourselves and everyone else, and it helps us recognize the oneness and connectedness of everything. Moonstone. Moonstone teaches patience and the importance of divine timing. It helps us understand the importance of each stage of our journey. And of course, clear quartz. Clear quartz is good for anything, and you could program it to be, your gratitude stone, dedicate it to your deity or what have you, for the purpose of carrying the vibration of gratitude and sending it both up the chain and down. Sending it to deity, your gratitude, being sort of an amplifier for your gratitude to go out to the universe, but also carrying and amplifying that energy in your environment so that you can stay in that energy of gratitude. So there are, of course, ways to do, a pure gratitude ritual, and that's something you can make up on the fly and do that you may have already. But there are some suggestions that I'll put out there just in case maybe you haven't thought of them. A good first step for a gratitude ritual is just to sit and write down things that you're grateful for. And I don't mean this in the way of a gratitude list. Like, you could write down 6,000 things in a day that you might be grateful for. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Whereas with the gratitude ritual, maybe you want to focus on the things that you're most grateful for in that moment. And then, of course, you would proceed as normal, cast, call, whatever it is that you do during ritual. And then sit with that list and really immerse yourself in those things and in that feeling of gratitude. Express that love and gratitude to your deity of choice. There are elements that you can use in your gratitude ritual, like love incense, something that you might associate with gratitude, a pink candle, or I associate blue with gratitude, but that's just me. And before ending your ritual, you can set the intention to maintain that vibration and that energy of gratitude as you move forward from that ritual. You could create a gratitude amulet, as it were, like I talked about dedicating a quartz, programming it to be your gratitude stone. You could do that with a piece of jewelry, anything, during your gratitude ritual, so that each time you see or wear or are around the amulet, it's like a trigger. It reminds you to be in your gratitude. And of course, you can make an offering with any of the herbs I mentioned, or any that you yourself want to offer to your deity of choice or what have you. So now's my gratitude ritual story. When I was 18, I was exposed to Wicca, but it was a very, it wasn't an introduction. It was a very sort of heady, like, thrown into the middle of it, not really brought in slowly. There were no baby steps, as it were. And I was interested, but it was the information that I received was so above my head. There was no context. I was sort of caught up in my everyday life, and it didn't sink in. But I imagine that's because it wasn't time for that kind of information to be given to me. And so by the time that I went through my illness and he came out the other side and realized I wasn't crazy, that there was something else going on, I didn't have any context for ritual or anything. I didn't know anything about it. But I kept being prompted to do a ritual. I was getting guidance that I needed to do ritual, and I really didn't know what to do. So my first ritual, I just decided to do gratitude because I felt really grateful that Spirit had reached out to me in such a strong, powerful way, and that I was able to finally be consciously on my path after searching for so long, trying to figure out what that was. So it was the sweetest little thing. It's like a wedding candle holder, and I'll put a picture of it up. And I don't even know what color, I don't even remember what colors the candles were. They were pillar candles, probably white, maybe black, I don't know. And in the center, I set a little ceramic dish and I put some mint extract in it. And I lit the candles and I sat in this space I had created. I didn't cast circle. I didn't know anything about that. But I don't know how to explain it. There was this energy that came over the situation though. And I lit the mint extract on fire. And if you've ever done that, it creates these beautiful blue flames, and smells amazing, frankly. So yeah, and I just sat with that and just, I think I cried, and just expressed my gratitude to Spirit for everything. I just was, for me, it was a very beautiful moment. But in retrospect, it was such a sweet, simple thing. It was a very pure ritual. There was no, not that the ritual I do now isn't pure. It is, but the ritual I do now is much more theatrical, I guess. But I can still get that really beautiful sense of awe and perfection out of doing ritual. Anyway, that was my first ritual. It was my gratitude ritual. And now, I guess now that I'm talking about it, I want to do it again, because I don't typically do that. I do express gratitude during ritual, period. Like, that's part of ritual now. But I don't just do specific gratitude ritual in that manner. So now I think I'm going to. And maybe some of you will join me in doing so. And we can put some really great, loving energy out into the world. Thanks for listening. And until next time, much love and gratitude.